1, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
See, I don't know about y'all, but like for real, I don't mind being talked about. My problem come in when they start making stuff up. So you can talk about me all you want. It is what it is. You know, it's either I did it or I didn't. I said it or I didn't. Whatever the case is, I don't care. I let whoever think whatever, feel whatever. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? But it's the making up part. It's the lying part. It's the adding on to part that always get me. I don't mind being talked about. It's when y'all start lying that bothers me.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, it's almost afternoon, but it's still good morning to everybody. Happy Father's Day to all my fathers out there. I know you guys missed me. I usually don't come live Sunday and wasn't going to, but it is Father's Day, and I wanted to make sure that I got an opportunity to come out here and say hi to everyone. So Ruby, good morning, followed by Twin Mom. It's nice to see you. Kushka, nice to see you. Emma M, Mike Stevens, Darcy, nice to see you. Stacy, Maddie Down, Van Lady. It's nice to have you all here, and all the other ones, Sweetie Pie, Kayla, there's a few other people. Thank you, Carla, for the super chat right as I came in. God bless you for that. So anyways, I don't know what everybody is doing today. I'm actually going to hang out with Mama Bullhorn and Stepdad Bullhorn. I don't know what to call them. I don't know what to call them. So anyways, I figured we'd say good morning, and we're going to dive into a little bit, not a whole heck of a lot today on true crime, because quite frankly, it's Father's Day, and there's people that are junkies like me, so it's true crime all the time. But for the sake of argument, I just wanted to come here and tell everybody hi and let you guys say hi to me. Northern Light, it's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Oh, Lady O. We had a wonderful church service this morning. Many people showed up. That I haven't been posting it, but we've been attending our Sunday. Today was really, really good. For those that attended church, by a show of ones, how many, I love the music. The music is so good. It's like food for the soul. It just really is. It's just food for the soul. Going to the in-laws for a cookout. Yeah. I'm going, well, mine aren't going to be the in-laws. I'm going to the actual, I'm going to mama. I'm going to my mama. Oh, Lord. Branches everywhere. Well, it's funny that you say that, Ruby, because to be honest with you, it's been pouring cats and dogs here. Yesterday, I was cleaning out the refrigerator and had to take the garbage out. Wasn't even paying attention because, I'm elbows into a refrigerator, and went to go take the garbage out. My garbage was full. I needed to take the garbage out. It was pouring down rain, so I could only stick it out the front door. And woke up this morning at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was just pouring down rain. And it actually just stopped pouring down rain, I would say maybe an hour ago. I'm not going to be on here very long because I got to head over to Mama Bullhorn's. But, I don't even want to know. I've been out there cleaning up my yard. I had to stop, and I'm not planning on going back out there for at least another week or more. Also, yeah, some people are already there. Requested meatloaf for lunch. Yum. I love meatloaf. You know what's so funny, Northern Light, is, I'm from Florida, so we have a lot of farming communities, and, we do have a family property that's out in Mayaca, which is a rural area. And my aunt was raising pigs. Well, long story short, there was something killing the pigs. So she ended up, don't want to offend anybody. But anyways, long story short, the best thing for meatloaf is fresh ground pork. I've never had a fresh ground pork meatloaf before because we're always accustomed to making meatloaf with hamburger. But I tell you what, I don't know what it was about the flavor. You could literally taste everything in the pork meatloaf. It was really good. It was really good. Snow, good morning. In-laws should be called outlaws. That problem anymore. I don't know if you got, ouch, I hate when I do that. I always hit the wrong button and it always jacks my back. I got there we go. I needed to put the back because every time I lean back, it just goes back. I wish it would just, I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, I don't have that problem anymore. I know you love your husband. You got to love your husband. And if you don't, it's just days like today. I love my husband. I love my husband. I love my husband, right? Oh, Pac-Man, nice to see you. Cheeky Chops. What season has begun? I'm not sure. Yeah, it has. We're going to be getting a lot. I mean, I'm Florida, so I'm praying. They put the underlayment up on the roof, and I'm waiting for the rest of the material. I'm just waiting for them to put the roof on. And now we got this, and I know if there's a tropical depression or something, they're not getting up there. So it's a little cray-cray. It's a little cray-cray, to say the least. I hope everyone will have a wonderful day. Thank you, SB. Linda, you are not blocked because I could see you. Pork is very unhealthy. We do a lot of things that are unhealthy. And yeah, I mean, Kush God, by all means, as healthy as you may want to think things are, Kush, there are things that are unhealthy. Everything is unhealthy in That's why they say put it in moderation, right? I mean, even drinking water in excess can kill you. Many people didn't know that. You can literally drown yourself in water. I mean, not literally drinking it, not being out in an ocean or something. Oh, Lipton. Lipton soup, Lipton onion soup. I've never tried it that way. Sounds good. Good morning, guidance. Okay, I live in Chicago. Well, then there's a lot of unhealthy things going on in Chicago. I'm sure pork is probably the least of Chicago's. I'm just picking on you. Don't be mad at me. I'm just picking. I'm just picking. If you can't handle it, stay out of the kitchen. No, I'm just joking. Bacon will be my downfall. Oh, I know. I got bacon yesterday. I was hungry and I didn't feel like making anything. So I've got bacon, I've got the regular bacon that, is that you need to cook. And then I got that pre-cooked stuff that you just throw in the microwave. If anybody knows me, I love bacon. So that's what I did. I threw the package in the microwave. Lord have mercy, that pre-cooked bacon. That is like absolutely that's some expensive bacon, right? Because you can't get the cheap bacon. You got to get the good bacon, right? You got to get the good bacon. So, and then of course, I don't know who it was. It might have been B Betty. I don't know who it was. Somebody sent me some of this candied or sugared or whatever bacon from Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't even know Dunkin' Donuts had bacon. And we were out there in front of Quentin Simon's house, and somebody sent us this like brown sugar and cinnamon covered bacon. And oh my gosh, I fell in love. I'm telling you, I almost wanted to buy a Dunkin' Donuts just so I had an unlimited supply of that bacon. It is my downfall. Good morning, Unicorn. Nice to see you. Hello, BHB. Little Messy, it's nice to see you. So what has been going on in, just to get over into just a little bit of true crime, and then we'll back it up. And I'm just going to open the phone lines up and let you guys talk about what you're planning on doing for your Father's Day. If your father's in heaven, God bless each and every one of you that is, having a Memorial Day, so to speak, today. My heart is with you, as you could probably imagine if you know much of my story. So anyways, I just want everybody to feel the love. Again, I wasn't planning on coming up here at all. So there's been a lot of mixed information. I guess not mixed information, maybe mixed opinions. I think mixed opinions would probably be the most appropriate, right? Mixed opinions. So there was some mixed opinions about this whole stay. Will they be granted because of the nature of the challenge, it being, they're challenging how they selected, or at least that I haven't actually seen the motion to set aside the indictment or a motion to I don't know how they would do the indictment issue, what the rules of procedure are, the criminal rules of procedure are in Idaho, so to speak. But they're going to have something that they have to motion the court to set aside that indictment, which is what it appears that they are trying to at least do. But they're already asking for a stay in light of that coming. And I did read some of the state's response, and they're basically saying that they have to do this before they're asking for the stay. Because when we were on here, I'm thinking, it's reasonable. This is, it doesn't really matter whether she's successful on to set aside the indictment, because quite frankly, oh, you guys are from Naples. You guys aren't too far from me. Not too far from me at all. I actually had to pass Naples at the end of May, right? I went to see Mab. I went to see Mab in Key West for a night. And that was nice. It was really nice. I got a nice little place. It was really beachy themed. And I was much further away than Mab and his family. You know, they were like right downtown. Like they were walking distance to Duval Street. I was like driving distance. Right? Price matters. But anyways, I got to drive through Naples to get back here. But the state's response was basically saying that, you know, that they didn't really, this shouldn't be asked for now. You know, we get a lot of this where they're doing this procedurally. You know, they're getting hiccups on procedure. But I think if the grounds are sufficient for good cause, Vicky, listen to me. What's her name? Ann C. Taylor. For good cause, Ann C. Taylor would be eligible to stay the case. Now, what does the judge decide? We're going to hear on June 27th. We're going to hear, and even in their paperwork, they made a scrivener's error because they referenced June 26th hearing, and it's not a June 26th hearing. It's actually a June 27th hearing, and they're covering a lot in this June 27th hearing, right? It's going to be at 1:30. They're covering the motion to compel. They're covering some of the you know, which a lot of that has to do with the transcript of the grand jury, because at the end of the day, it sounds to me like Ann Taylor is trying to challenge the indictment, but not just challenge the indictment, challenge how they selected the jury, how they selected the jury pool, the grand jury pool, the secret grand jury. And the problem is I'm not sure that they're going to be entitled to the juror information. And they're definitely not entitled to the deliberation, but they are entitled to the transcript or the video or both of the actual proceedings from the way the statute reads. So we'll see how that all plays out, but it's going to definitely be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. So before we get too far, I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. And I want you guys to call in. Tell me what you guys are doing today for Father's Day. This, like I said, we're not going to really be talking too much about true crime. We're just going to be just kind of chit-chatting. I'm just killing a little bit of time because I got about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. And then I'll need to hit the road because I'm going to be hanging out with Mama Bullhorn. There we go. So those that just have, would like to call in. I don't remember my phone number, so give me a second. I'm putting it up on the screen. I don't remember the phone number. 724-249-6140. There you go. We're going out for dinner. Nice. So where are you going? Boucher? Where are you going out to dinner? You have a special place? See, here this time of year, it's like, well, as long as the weather cooperates, a lot of people in the beach area. This is Betty.
Hi, Betty. I was calling to ask about the lawsuit you filed against Queen Bee.
Okay, and you understand it's a legal matter?
I wanted to know if it was filed in your state or her state.
And how are you, anyway, just curious, how does anything I have anything to do with you or have any relevance in your world, and why do you think you're entitled to know any information about it?
Well, I mean, it's all over YouTube, and I was just curious.
Well, good. Why don't you stay in your lane and mind your own business? It is a legal matter, and it's going to be handled in the courts. Thank you. So let me just kind of talk about the elephant in the room. The bottom line is this is a legal matter that I will not be speaking on this show, period. And no matter how much you blow up my phone, it's not. Is it Betty?
Sandra.
Who is this?
This is Amy, the Ruby Pearl.
Oh, okay. You almost didn't get the way you called in. How are you doing, love?
I'm doing all right. Aggravated. It's been storming off and on all week. So
I'm actually glad I didn't even end up going to Kingsport, but it came down pretty hard, storming last night. Power went out. I went outside this morning and there's limbs everywhere and it's just a mess outside.
Yes, tell me about it. It was brutal. I actually called my mom and this morning, and because it was just pouring cats and dogs, it's like, I'm not driving. My back's kind of jacked up. I'm not driving in this stuff. So I told her, I'm like, watch because I know what she's making, and I'm like, watch the time, but watch the weather too. You're gonna have to cook around the weather today.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I know you and your mom are going through a lot right now with aches and pains and surgeries and all that kind of stuff. And I just want y'all to know I feel y'all. I love y'all. I know what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, I know what you're going through. So were you wanting to talk about the whole Brian Koberger situation?
Sure. I haven't talked to you in a while. Take over. Tell me your thoughts. We haven't had an opportunity to chat.
I know. So the other day when I was messaging you, I was thinking about something, and I was thinking about how, like this situation with not wanting cameras in the courtroom and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
We've seen it with Lori Vallows, Leilani. I know she's wanting cameras kept out of her courtroom and stuff. I think now that we've moved into this generation, which social media and stuff has been around for quite some time. I've been, following trials and conversating with people on social media and stuff for quite a while, all the way back to the Jodi Arias trial.
Right.
But now that these people are all fighting to try to keep cameras out of the courtroom, I think that we're going to have to, members of the court, members of Supreme Court, like upper judges from, the upper courts and stuff, I think they're going to have to maybe get together and address this issue
mm-hmm.
and figure out something that not only protects the defendant in a trial, it protects the prosecution and the victims in the trial, and it protects the public and in these trials. I think they're going to have to come up with something that helps us all.
I agree, because
my thing is equally fair.
Yeah, my thing
so that
is,
they can implement this in these, when we have these bigger trials like Brian Koberger, like Lori Vallows Daybell, so that we can implement something in these courts that satisfies everybody, and just make it like a general law to go to for any case, no matter what state it's in or what it's about or whatever.
Good luck with that, trying to get
because the laws are different in each state and everything. So I feel like we're going to have some kind of a general rule of law that anybody can go to and implement this, ruling in their case.
Yeah, I think there definitely needs to be cameras in the courtroom, and there's a number of reasons why, and it's because these are open to the public. And my point is, it should not matter how the public consumes these trials. With this new day and age, with the advancements in technology, there's no need to be funneling a whole bunch of people in a community when we can have a pooled camera person, a pooled photography, and be able to watch it in the comfort of our home. This is a public trial of a man's life that brutalized 4 people in their sleep. The public has a right to be there.
And you know what? People might say, oh, you're exaggerating or whatever, but every single one of our lives were in danger when that man was roaming the side.
Yeah. They were telling us there was nothing to worry about, and they had no clue who they were talking about. And this crazy lunatic just killed 4 students.
Yeah. I mean, he it's just, they forget to realize that, I've been into true crime for 30 years, but a lot of, new people have become interested, and new generations have become interested in true crime.
Right.
And you got to think about all the crime-related television shows that are on, whether it's Law and Order SVU, Organized Crime, or CSI, then you have the real shows like Forensic Files and
First 48
I
hours
can't
and
even
Joe
begin to
Kennett.
name off all of the crime shows that are on TV that have piqued everyone's interest into the world of real true crime.
Yeah. Yeah. And learning, I mean, we're like sponges. So when we see these real life, things where you're talking to detectives and detectives are telling you how they would perceive this, and you're watching that, some people have watched these things for literally 10, 12 years. I mean, you're talking about some of these, detectives don't even have that kind of understanding of technology as some lay people out there.
Right. Yeah, I guess these judges just kind of live in their own little world of law, and they don't have a clue as to what's, going on out here in the general public. But, we've all developed a passion for true crime and these cases. And,
well, I don't think it's that. I think it's just the judges, they're so disciplined in the way that they do their courts that they don't like disruptions. They don't know how to handle these, in some of these, like this is a small community. I don't think they know how to handle the publicity. And that is real, and they're scared of making a mistake, and they're scared of publicly making a mistake. And I really think that's more of the reasons why they're trying to kick everything out of the courtroom than, this whole, it's going to be detrimental to a fair trial.
Yeah. I realize that people have their own opinions about a particular case, but, here in Arkansas, I have been a long time advocate for the West Memphis 3. And if it had not been for Joe Berlinger and Bruce Donofsky coming to Arkansas, thinking they were going to film a documentary about these 3 satanic teenage worshipers that killed 3 little boys, instead they came to Arkansas and found out, you know what, we don't think these kids are guilty. And it was those cameras in that courtroom that saved the life of Damien Eccles.
Yeah.
And saved Jesse and Jason from rotting in prison for the rest of their lives.
It's still a public trial, and that's what I don't understand this. It's for the public. It's not for the courts. It's for the public. I mean, to be honest with you, it's a public trial of this man's crimes and whether he's guilty. Even the public, they have no bearing into whether he's guilty or innocent. Only the jurors do. So, the publicity is going to be there, whether the jury, no matter what jury and what venue they're going to be at, they're going to have to just, it's not the media that needs to relax. It's the court needs to understand that this is too big. I mean, it's too big, and they can only do so much, but they have to do it within the law.
Right. My first public trial, or my first televised trial, was the O.J. Simpson trial back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch that trial all day, and then I had to go to work at night in a bar half the night. So I didn't get a lot of sleep back then, but I don't know. I just think
we were all
that
hooked to the TV when the O.J. Simpson trial was going on. Everybody was.
Yeah.
And he was good.
What was that, like C-SPAN or whatever? I don't even remember what channel it was back then.
It was a organization that doesn't really do trials anymore. I do remember that.
Yeah. I don't remember what channel it was on. I just remember that being, my first televised trial, and then the judge, or Clarence Thomas, and the woman that filed the charges against him, the sexual harassment charges. I watched that trial too. And then, I've been watching public trials ever since.
Yeah, I think everybody, I think this stuff is intriguing to people. And when you have people that are intrigued, they're going to want all the information. Again, it's not going to make one bit of difference for me because we're going to be there. This channel will be there, and we're going to be there the entire time, or at least as long as the budget will allow. We'll say that. But I'm pretty sure we're
Yeah,
going to be
I'd
there.
like to go out there myself. My daughter just lives outside of Seattle now because they had to move from Virginia Beach to just outside of Seattle because my son-in-law's in the Navy and he got transferred. And I remember you saying that you and Olivia flew into Seattle on one of your trips and then drove from Seattle to Moscow.
Yeah, because it's just more affordable. We have to find places to fly into that are affordable,
Yeah, it's depending on when the actual trial goes down and stuff, that'd be a good time for me to go stay with my daughter for a little while, maybe drive over, stay a few days in Moscow, go back, since it's not too much of a trip.
Right.
I'd actually love to go myself, but we'll see. I remember in the Jodi Arias trial, they had some kind of a drawing or something that you had to do in order to get a seat in the courtroom. And then, they did the deal with Lori Vallows where they had the other courtrooms and, and then they tried to keep Lauren Haywood talk out.
Yeah, and I'm familiar with it because I dealt with the Alec Murdaugh case, and they had the overflow.
Yeah, how did that go about? Were you able to get in the courtroom?
I never tried. I never attempted to because I was there filming everything going on. And if I wanted to know what was going on inside the courtroom, I just went over to the overflow area and popped in there and just listened to the trial. And they had like seats. It's not like the overflow room in South Carolina was a wildlife refuge that they had a huge screen that they were able to put it up on. So we had like tables and could have lunch in there, and it was a comfortable environment. It wasn't like like being in the courtroom with the judge. It was a much more relaxed environment. So
did he try to fight to keep cameras out of the courtroom? I don't remember.
No, Judge Newman was actually very welcoming. He ran a tight ship. He made sure everything was fair and above board. He didn't really sequester the jury, and he gave them very good jury instructions. And he had to remove a couple of jurors, but for the most part, it was a very smooth running trial. As far as the actual process of it was very smooth.
Yeah. Well, again, you mentioned sequestering the jury. I think that is the best bet. If a judge and attorneys and stuff are so worried about someone getting a fair trial and not being exposed to mainstream media or YouTube media or anything like that, then I think that it's up to them sequestering the jury. I know it would suck, to be stuck in a hotel room away from your family and
but every single reporter was in the same boat as those jury people.
But that it is what it is. I just think that they're going to have to come up with something.
The jury, I think, with good jury instructions, because at the end of the day, no matter what they do up front here, don't think Ann Taylor's not going to already request a change of venue. No matter if we were blocked out and couldn't write one more article about the Brian Koberger case, don't think in a million years that this is not going to already be changed, have a venue change, or already have, jury coming in from outside areas. Those are going to be standard, in my opinion, that she's going to request no matter what.
Yeah. That, they changed the venue on Scott Peterson. They actually even changed the venue on the West Memphis 3. That was held in Jonesboro. So, it's really nothing to change the venue. I know they want to keep it there in their hometown, but, I would think that not only would it be fair to Brian Koberger to change the venue, I also would hate to have to try to pull in a jury from that little town, you know, because
Yeah.
I can just only imagine, you know, some of the thoughts that have gone through, you know, people's heads and how they feel about it. And you know, that would be a very emotional thing to have to go through and be called in for, you know.
Yeah. I agree. All right, love. Well, let me go because I've got just a few more, about 20 more minutes, and then I've got to head over to my mama's.
Okay, well, give her a big hug for me and tell her I'm thinking about her. Like I said, I understand, you know, surgery and pain and all that. So I love y'all, and y'all take care and have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, so no, I'm just here. I just don't I'm right here. I haven't left. I'm glad you're so concerned about my every move. Just FYI. So, oh, let me turn the phones back on. Yeah, because I'm not going to be here much longer. I just came up just to say hi to everybody because I wasn't able to be on here yesterday. And you know, I'm kind of suffering from some back issues, so it's when I can get up and move around, I get up and move around. When I don't, I don't. So, anyways, the phone 724-249-6140. Good morning, Sonia. Nice to see you. So what else do we have here? I've suffered much loss. Yeah, we have. I didn't realize, Lady O, your story, and thank you for expressing some of that in church today. But that's what I love about this community is that there is so many people that are in our chat that have experienced or have, just experienced loss. We had Connie just went to California. She lost her husband and her son in 1 year. It was very devastating for her. And so I'm glad you guys find people in here that you guys can talk to and kind of, just speak about stuff. So it's nice. You're sparkling like a star today, Betty. Thank you, sweetie pie. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going over to my mom's. I went through the closet and I'm like, okay, t-shirt, jeans shorts, comfy clothes. And I'm like, you know what? I actually want to dress up today and look nice. And you'll never believe why. I was just talking to a friend. I just had her over for dinner. And so we were sitting around talking, and I was talking about Kaylee Gonzalez, and about those, like her journal entries, and she's talking about how, she loves God, the people that are important. She had God and her family and that. And then she was going through some of her goals and, being healthy. She was very concerned about her appearance and stuff like that. And so, I'm wanting to do 25,000 steps. Oh, good Lord. I don't know. I think even chopping in the swamp looking for Paola Miranda, I don't know if we got 25,000 steps. There was one day that we did 8 miles, so I know we went over 25,000 steps. But still, I'm thinking, how in the heck are we going to get 25,000 steps? So I now have a goal for 25,000 steps a day. I don't know how I'm going to get there, how I'm going to make it, but I am definitely going to give it a good shot each and every day. I can't wait to see Betty either. Here I am. Hello. Yes, I'm here. So we're just going over, and I actually printed off the stuff and I put it out there. So I'm actually reading some of the stuff from the state, related to their objection to the motion for stay. And this is what I was referring to. And it goes through the background, which we all, anybody that's been paying attention to this case for any length of time probably already knows the background of this case. And if you don't, it's Brian Koberger is accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in their off-campus housing right on the outskirts of the University of Idaho. They were murdered on November 13th in the early morning hours from between 4 a.m. and 4:20 a.m. Brian Koberger was detained and arrested on suspicion of their murders on December 30th. That was the same day that they were going there to clean up the unit, to have the cleaning crew go in there and get all the biohazards out. They stopped that cleaning crew, and we were heading over to the Steptoe Apartments. Since then, everybody has been, watching this case ridiculously. I mean, it is just a case that leaves many of us wondering why. I think that's the what we're seeking is why. Why would he do this? We kind of feel that this is some kind of serial killer mentality, which we all believe, or at least most of us, a majority of us believe, but we don't understand why. So we're going through this. We know that the state has asked Brian Koberger to produce his alibi. They're basically saying that we're not going to produce it yet. We don't have all the information in. And until we have all the information in, we can't produce you anything, but we're working on it. Right. And so we knew that he stood in silent, and the judge entered in a not guilty plea. And many people speculated about why he stood in silent, believing that there was some kind of, plea deal. And I'm thinking, I don't think there was going to be any kind of plea deal in a case this heinous. Like, I just don't see it. But hey, maybe the experts are right. Well, we come to find out it's not. It's to challenge the indictment itself. And so N.C. Taylor is actually approaching the judge and the courts and saying, hey, we need to stay this proceeding. We're going to be challenging the indictment. We want to know why and how the jury was selected. A weak argument that most likely won't produce anything that's going to, throw out the indictment in any way. But it is an effort to, in my opinion, delay. And I've said that, now that we're at this point in the case, don't expect this trial to go forward in October. At this point, you're going to start seeing the tactic from the defense to be delay. I think this bodes right into that. If they can stay the proceedings until the motion to address the whatever they're going to do with this indictment is move forward. If it's with good cause and a reasonable time frame, I don't see the judge saying no, they're not going to stay this. But the state is going to still push back on the stay because they're wanting the clock to move forward. Because the more time they give the defense to prepare, the more that they're emboldening the defense, and they are trying to get Brian Koberger, convicted of this crime because of their evidence and everything else. So they're going to be trying to push this ball forward, and the defense is going to be trying to delay. So the argument here is the defense reliance on the Idaho Code Rule 213, and we read that yesterday. If you guys would like to go back to yesterday, not yesterday, I wasn't on yesterday, Friday's live, we actually went over to Idaho Code Section 213. The statute provides that the party can request a stay in the proceeding where there has been a substantial failure to comply with the applicable law in selecting the grand jury, and they put that section back in there. Under 2-213, a motion to stay must contain a sworn statement of facts, which, if true, would constitute a substantial failure to comply with this chapter. So they're basically stating that, in her motion to stay, well, I guess I shouldn't call it her motion to stay because it's really the defense. It's the defendant. It's Brian Koberger's motion to stay. In Brian Koberger's motion to stay, they're basically stating that you didn't state anything under oath or sworn statement of fact, rather, or sworn statement of facts, something under oath that states or alleges what they feel this extreme failure is. And therefore, because of that, again, a procedural issue, they should not be provided this. So let's just keep going on. And it says up here that the motion to stay must contain a sworn statement of facts, which, if true, would constitute a substantial failure to comply with the chapter. So only after the court determines that a substantial failure to comply has occurred can the matter be stayed. Upon motion filed, they reiterate this, and they put this back into this pleading, which is right from the statute. It says upon motion filed under subsection 1 of this section contains a sworn statement of facts, which, if true, would constitute a substantial failure to comply with the chapter. The moving party is entitled to present in support of the motion the testimony of the jury commissioner or the clerk, any relevant records, papers, not public or otherwise available, used by the jury commissioner or the clerk, and any other relevant evidence. If the court determines that in selecting either a grand jury or trial jury, there has been a substantial failure to comply with this chapter, the court shall stay the proceedings. So he's saying that they have to find that substantial. Yes, sir. Yes. All right, it was just the neighbor. So they're basically saying that it's only after they have, that only after the judge has decided whether a substantial failure to comply has happened in the selection of the jury. So therefore, they need to select. So you need to put the motion. What they're basically saying is they need to put the motion forward, have the judge adjudicate it decide on the grounds of that motion, and then they can stay the proceedings according to the state. So this is the state's argument. This is the state's interpretation of the law. And then, of course, the defense has their interpretation of the law. And somewhere in between the two interpretations, the judge is going to preside and rule over the matter. And it sounds like this is going to be ruled over also on June 27th. So, guys, listen, I know we have a lot of stuff to go over, but again, I was only coming up here just for a limited amount of time. It's already noon. It's time for me to start getting ready and heading over to Mama Bullhorn's. I just want to tell all the wonderful fathers out there, God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day. Maybe if you're not maybe the best father in the world, I just want to tell you that I pray for you. And, I hope that today is special for you, and I hope you get to spend it with your children. So God bless everybody. Lots of prayers to go around to everybody today. And just again, happy Father's Day to all you beautiful fathers that are out there taking care of your kids and doing the right thing. God bless you and take care. Until next time, please don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Good day.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.